Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Star Trek Ganymede, Season 1, Episode 15, Maelstrom of the Mind. I am your engineer, Commander Korn, and I'll be running the back end of this shindig today. But without further ado, let's bring in our resident Q and our rest of our cast for their introductions.
All right. Let's. I think you're gonna try to get in right into things. Captain Hallway, you have your log prepared, I presume.
Indeed.
All right. Go whenever you are ready.
Captain's log. Stardate 5594.2.8. The Ganymede has received orders from 10th Fleet Command to divert course to Deep Space Arcania in the Tall Grass region. I was given very little information, as we will apparently be receiving further orders from the Tiger Squadron command structure. Whatever this mission entails, it would seem as if Grennan needs our help.
Very good.
And before we jump into the opening intro, I'd like to thank some of our new followers. Matt Attack Cat, thank you for following. And Sir Jacob, thank you for following. Without further ado, we'll be right back after the opening intro. Stay tuned.
Then.
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay. Very good. We are going to actually sort of just hop right into it. As the USS Ganymede arrives in the Shosku system. It has been a while since you've been here. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, there was a quiet bit there for a moment. We didn't know if you were talking or not.
Oh, okay. So it's been a while since you have been here, but floating there in space, you see Deep Space Arcania. Additionally, docked with Deep Space Arcania are two other vessels. One is an Intrepid class, and the other is a class that I don't know if have you guys have seen the Achilles before, right?
Yes, we have.
Okay. So yeah, you'd recognize that as the Achilles. However, the USS Kismet does not appear to be docked.
That's interesting.
Checking something. Oh, hang on. All right. So, what's your play here, Captain?
Hail the station.
All right. And appearing on the view screen is not Fleet Captain Grennan, but another face that you recognize.
Captain Pend.
And
Sorry, I'm currently loading. Yes, I'm currently loading in. Give me a second.
you're good. I just realized that you weren't in it.
It happens. Oh, 1 second. Okay, that should be good now.
There you go. So yes, you now see Captain Holloway on your view screen in Deep Space Arcania Ops, or are you on board the Achilles?
I believe at this stage I would be on the station.
Yeah, okay, that's what I figured. So yeah, you see Penn sitting in presumably center chair at Station Ops.
Captain Pend.
Ah, Captain Holloway. I was expecting you within the next couple of days.
I was expecting to see a scrawnier captain sitting in that chair.
Well, maybe so, but for this situation that's coming up, it won't be the fleet captain taking point.
I see.
But I do have some issues I would like to discuss with you and maybe your senior staff later on. But for now, could you get the Ganymede to dock with the station and meet me in the diplomatic suites, please?
Of course. Holloway out. Grack, take us in.
And Grack will do so. There's not going to be any rolling for this. As Grack maneuvers the Ganymede in with on thrusters. And I know all these tokens are jumbled up. I'm working on it.
The joys of many tokens.
Oh yeah. Okay.
All right. Well, I will head to the diplomatic suite.
Okay. Pen, you just want Captain Holloway?
For the initial meeting, or
Okay.
unless he feels like he wishes to bring anyone else.
Nah. I would bring Doll, but she's not here, so I'm not gonna bring Doll.
That works. You guys here as Captain Holloway, you step into some diplomatic suites that are a little similar to the kind that you have aboard the Ganymede. These, though, have a slightly, I almost want to say, non-Starfleet flair to them. And it's a sort of decorum that you've come to note whenever you've been at DSE. This place used to be an Orion station before the Tiger Squadron captured it and repurposed it as a forward outpost.
Captain Pend.
Yes, Captain. I
the hell are we doing
apologize. I apologize for the all this stuff on the table, but things have become interesting over the last couple of weeks, and I'm here to issue your next assignment. I know, a little unorthodox, a captain giving a captain an assignment, but here we are.
I said indeed.
So, the situation in the area has become a little, I'd say, volatile. The race known as the Quaqua have been making, for now, moves that have put the others within the Peugeot Star Authority on edge and could tip the power balance.
And I will, as this conversation is going, I will move us to the fleet map so I can point to the little point in space where this is all going on. And I will also move the Ganymede over to Shosku. So the Peugeot subsector is here. For your reference, Captain.
Where's that?
For your reference, Captain, the Peugeot subsector is here.
Okay, I see it.
And
Which
you
one
would
of
know
those?
this. Yeah, and you would know this from, all your reading and, all your debriefings. I'm fine telling this to you without a roll. It's a amalgamation of a number of different powers, almost like a mini federation in of itself. Almost. It's a bit different. They're a lot less closely aligned.
See.
So, yeah, they've been making underhanded plays, which is going to cause issues. So, I'm tasking you and the Ganymede to head into Woodron space and have diplomatic talks with the Woohoo.
We lost. Yep, there he is. We
Yeah.
lost Crack.
Basically, we're trying to get them to lean in our favor when we go to the Peugeot Star Authority to apply pressure to the Quaqua. Unfortunately, I don't have enough ships to send here myself. That's why we're having to call in for outside help.
All right. I think that's something we could do.
Oh, and I do want to remind you of something because it's not immediately on this map.
Wow. Oh, frick those guys. Understand?
So, let me find the pad. There it is. And I'll pass you a pad. These are your orders, just to have it in writing, just in case. Where's the other pad? Here it
And
is.
you would see that he has like a whole stack.
Little overworked, aren't you, Pinned?
Well, yes, considering I'm currently trying to put out a few different fires and I'm down a fleet captain to render assistance for this specific issue. It's not really my cup of tea, but here we are.
That's why I like you, Pinned. We're a lot alike.
We're not so different, you and I.
Give it time, you may change that opinion. But
Never.
I have made a interesting, so I say, contact for you on Wudra. I don't really want to give it away, but when you get there, I would recommend going to their equivalent of a market district, and without a doubt, you will see who your contact is.
All right. That is a little foreboding there, Pinned, but...
Oh, it's not going to be foreboding, but yeah, this is the you kind of like me. You're not going to start liking me when I start doing things like this.
Well, while I do still like you, remind me to send you a bottle of jet fuel over. Looks like you need it.
Oh, I've still got some. Oh, you should be receiving a communique from your ship very shortly. I've had some transfers head aboard. They should be making the arrangements while we speak.
Some transfers.
Indeed.
Yes, I've sent some dedicated ground units to be stationed aboard the Ganymede. The code name for this unit is the Hoplites. They will be any ground units or security matters. You can deploy these units at your leisure.
Captain, give me an insight command difficulty 1.
All right.
Or reason command, whichever's better.
Let's do insight command. Any of my focuses apply?
Let me look.
If Donald were here, you can use her telekinesis or telepathy.
What's your focuses?
Deception, composure, inspiration, strategy, tactics, intimidation, and negotiation.
Yes. One of your focuses applies, specifically strategy and tactics.
Ah, cool. I'm gonna buy a die with threat.
I'll take it. And I'm only counting us as 5 players. Penn isn't really aligned with you guys at this exact moment.
Okay.
But he's not against you either.
All right.
That can change very quickly.
Oh, wow. Okay. That is...
I will take that for momentum.
For momentum. Captain Holloway, this is... You're hearing about this, this code name for these ground troops. They're called the Hoplites, what have you. This just sounds like another name for Makos.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
These are, by Penn's description, these are dedicated ground troops made for fighting and not much else.
Well, Captain Penn, now I know why my ship in particular was called to this.
Well, not yours just in particular. I've got a unit set for the station and all the squads within Tiger Squadron. So I figured it only fair that you're being called in to assist on my behalf. So, as shall we say, payment, I'll allow you use of a specialized unit.
Well, hopefully we don't need them.
True, but I'd rather have something and not use it than need something and...
I agree with you entirely.
But, Yes, just going through pads. That's the crew transfer mission. Those people. That's generally it. Do you have any questions you'd like to ask?
Well, this is bothering me. Where is Grinnin?
The fleet captain is currently above a archaeological dig. Some issues have arose.
So actually, the timing on this is slightly different than that, Pen. This is just after, like, Grennan has just left for the Star Authority.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he's currently above the Peugeot homeworld to begin initial talks with the Star Authority. Like I said, I've got ships out in different places doing different jobs.
I see.
If you do have anything you wish to speak to him about, that's generally the direction you'll have to
It can wait.
beam out. Yeah.
It can wait.
But yeah, if there's nothing else, you have your orders, and I hope the diplomatic mission goes well.
Well, as do I. I'm still sending you that jet fuel, by the way, and I'm just gonna walk out.
So, would you like a description of what you've just gained?
Yeah, I would actually.
You've got, because you actually got some stuff there.
So, are you giving the ship trait as well, Brennan?
Yeah. I'm gonna. What's the name of the ship trait specifically?
The ship trait is Hoplite. So you have gained when you spend for a security team advantage, you now have a security team that comes already equipped with Type 3 phasers, armor, and shield at no extra cost.
Oh,
You can also
My.
spend free acclaim to add this trait to NPC security officers, and they also receive this trait.
wow.
The hoplites are. Yeah, they are something. So I will.
Iraq, pick your jaw up off the floor.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, this the type of thing I was saying before session. You could have a project you can spend to create something.
Huh.
Yep. And this took a while. Like, this took multiple sessions to put these together. And he had a few he basically had a couple extra hoplites left over. So we figured, we could just give it to the Ganymede.
The Ganymede will greatly accept this.
Additionally, you also have an advantage to be used that you can use at Wudra. That there is now a contact.
Okay, I need to write that down, actually.
Contact at Wudra. That is something that that's another thing that the Tiger Squadron put together in our game. That there are a number of contacts throughout the Star Authority worlds.
Okay.
Specifically, I will note from your reading, it would appear that these contacts are underworld contacts.
Yeah, I kind of assumed. Okay.
Well, it could be of assistance.
I've already got thoughts, and I don't like it, but we're gonna deal with this. All right, so I'm gonna walk out, head back to the Ganymede, and I'm gonna make sure that a bottle of jet fuel is beamed over into the station.
Very good. The asteroid field, that was last week or 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. Stupid asteroid field.
Then I presume that's it for Penn. then for everyone else.
Unless anyone else wants to speak to Penn, yep, this will be my time to drop.
Yeah, thanks for popping in.
Yeah.
Worries, and good luck with your session.
So, actually, I'll pull us up to here. What's in there? Is
I'm gonna specifically pull Karak aside and tell him about the hoplites, because they're gonna be working more with him. So there you go, Vulcan man. You're muted if you're trying to talk, by the way.
Sorry, I couldn't really hear you. What were you saying?
Oh, I'm gonna just inform you about the hoplites because they're gonna work with you, being security.
Okay.
So
yeah.
use the crazy steroid security people.
Yeah.
Are they like super Makos?
They're they're absolutely Makos.
Yeah. Yeah, they're basically Makos for the current era.
Right on.
They immediately have armor shields and Type 3 phasers with no cost.
They sound really cool to me. How long do we have them for?
Until circumstances arise that that causes you to lose them.
Cool. How many?
It's a team of like 6, but
And if you've watched Star Trek Enterprise, Makos are ridiculous. So.
Oh, yeah. How do you
Right,
think I developed a love for that theme song?
Oh,
been a long road.
Satirical love.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Look, I actually will stand by that. It's honestly, it wouldn't be so memed if it didn't have the lyrics.
It's been a long time. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's great.
Yeah, the lyrics make it impossible to take seriously. Anyway,
Forget the game. Let's talk about the Enterprise. No, I'm kidding.
yeah.
The theme song.
Let's not.
Yeah, exactly. That's enough of that.
So the
what was
officer,
what was the name of that system again? I got the Wudra. That's a planet though, right?
yeah, Wudra. It's So I'll post to the map again. And feel free to ask any questions about the various powers of the Authority, because there are a few of them.
Yeah.
The Wudra-
We're going to the Woohoo Illuminated Worlds, right?
Yes. Specifically, looking over your orders is your orders are to make positive diplomatic. To improve diplomatic relationships with the Woohoo, specifically for the purpose of aligning them against the Quaqua Principality.
Isn't it pronounced woohoo?
Yeah, no,
That's how I'm gonna pronounce it.
the joke has been made.
I mean, as it should. Did you know Quaqua's a plant?
I do now. I bet Dahl would have known that.
Where's this on the?
I missed
where's
my
this on the map?
XO.
What was that?
Where are we at? Where are we at on the map?
You are currently here in the Shosku system.
And where were you going?
Here.
Okay, so I did see that. Okay.
So you're basically crossing a sector and a half.
So is there a reason why we're going behind Klingon
What?
territory
Behind Klingon?
and expanding that way?
Klingons are way up here, man.
Yeah, these are the Klingons.
Right. We are kind of going around the Gorn hegemony area. We're going around slowly to meet them on the other side.
Yeah.
Where are we going? Which?
Oh, I think he's just talking about the reach of the Federation in general.
Yeah, he's talking about the reach.
Oh,
We're going here to the woohoo eliminated worlds.
right.
Slowly encroaching on some Klingon territory as we further progress east.
Yeah, hence my confusion.
Northeast.
I was like, wait, we're going up north of the Empire? What? I get it.
Nah.
I see what you're saying.
Yes, we're gonna just go attack a random Klingon ship.
I'm into it.
We're gonna put these hoplites to use. An invasion of the Empire.
Oh no.
Yeah, sure. Why
So
not?
the so yes, feel free to ask any questions about any of the races or worlds within the Authority.
Yes, the illuminated worlds. Yeah. What races are in there, and what are the worlds that are populated?
Okay.
I don't care about any other planet. I just want to know about the M's and
Yeah.
all the ones that we can
So-
live on.
So this will be a reason command difficulty of 2 to pull up whatever's in the database about them.
Okay. Difficulty of 2.
Yeah. Assisted by the ship's computers command, by the
Okay.
way.
I'm gonna use a momentum.
Alrighty.
Deception, composure, and well, actually, would negotiation work since that's what we're going there for as a focus?
Hmm?
Can I use negotiation as a focus on this since that's what we're going there for? And
No. This is you doing background research.
yeah, for the purpose of negotiation.
Nice try.
Shot.
Yeah.
Okay. I took my momentum back.
Okay. I'm going to post something in the Ganymede Discord.
This is a big file. Let's see. Oh, good. So explain this.
Okay, so you'll see sort of in the mid to right, you'll see Wudra.
Ah, yes, there it is.
So Wudra and I think like the 5 or 6 surrounding hexes, like a number of the surrounding hexes form the Woohoo illuminated worlds. Down to the right, you see that system Cooley.
Can you say the name again?
Culi. Cooley.
Oh, yes.
That is the capital of the Quaqua Principality. And then off to the left, those pink hexes are all the 5 System Alliance. Which is where which is sort of where the Chigo Alliance was, but currently they are in a state of more or less political collapse.
Yeah, as they freaking deserve.
And then down at the bottom, you should also see Peugeot.
Yes.
And Peugeot is basically it's like Geneva.
Okay.
It's neutral. It's neutral ground.
All right. Well, Lieutenant Grax
And
set a course for the Wudra system.
Greg does so. Yeah. So while you guys are en route, now is the time to get in any free role play and any questions and prep before you arrive at Wudra. As you know, actually traveling at like cruising speed, you have a couple days.
Yeah, it's a long trip.
So yes, if anyone wants to do any looking into anything, now is the time to do it.
So we're being sent to Wudra, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
What's the race there? What's the species? And what are they
Okay.
like?
That'll be another reason command assisted by computers command. Difficulty 2 as well.
Okay. I'm gonna buy another die with momentum.
Mhm. You are now at max momentum. Fortunately, a lot of this work has already been done for you by a lot of this work has already been done for you by the Tiger Squadron. They've been doing a lot of the preliminary diplomatic work. Fascinatingly enough, the Woohoo, the Woohoo race, are human.
They're human?
Yeah. From best understanding, are you familiar with the Preservers?
Yes.
Yeah. They picked up a ton of humans thousands on thousands of years ago, dropped them way out here, and way out here they developed into kind of a whole other race. Um, the interesting thing is the way that this group of humanity developed. The Woohoo people are psychic. All of them.
All of them?
All of them. It's where the illuminated in the illuminated worlds comes from.
Man, this is the freaking mission I need doll.
Yeah, that's why I was a little concerned that she's not here.
Yeah, maybe should have asked her before today.
It's okay. I can work around it. Anyway. Yeah. They are psychic.
Okay, good to know.
They're
How attractive are they?
Hmm?
Nothing.
What? What was the word he used? The one thing to note is that is it? Hang on. The thing about the illuminated worlds, though, is that their political structure is, I think the best term I can use for it is it's very Athenian.
So, like, Athens, Greece?
Yes.
Like, classical Athens, Greece?
Yeah.
That's
and all
weird.
and all like and all the politicking that comes with it.
Oh, good. I mean, Holloway is good at politics. Yeah, his own way.
Very good. Is there anything
Yeah, so-
else?
Yeah, that's all I'm gonna do. Is I'm gonna be looking up the culture of the people and just all that stuff.
Okay.
And of course drinking, because I'm Jack Holloway.
Yep. Does anyone else have anything they want to look into?
Okay, that was weird. I unmuted and then it still said I was muted. Yeah, I mean, I'll want to. Was there any kind of like special security concerns or anything that the captain mentioned? Or are you aware of any, Captain?
I mean, we were given the hoplites for a reason.
Okay. So, I'll do some research on the civilization and try to get a eye for their strategies and how they conduct themselves and all that kind of stuff, so I can have
Okay.
an idea of like what to expect.
Give me
if we run up into any trouble. Go ahead.
Okay. You can give me, and this is specifically for you, Karak. Give me a reason command difficulty 2, assisted by the ship's computer's command, to create yourself an advantage.
Okay. Reason command, you say?
Yes.
Okay. I will buy a die with momentum. What was the difficulty?
2.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought.
Oh no, and Korn, to your question, you are invited. Like, they know you're coming.
Wow. Okay, can I use my the price of pieces vigilance value to re-roll that?
Sure. I'll take that.
Wow, that was a terrible roll.
I know.
Oh my gosh, look at your reasoning command though. That explains it.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
not that
you-
low.
You got your momentum back, at least.
Woo.
Glad you're my second officer and not my first officer.
Some great roll in there. 8's
Yep.
not terrible.
As you are actually
It's not
able
a
to
7.
pull, you're able to pull basically research logs from Fleet Captain Herman Grennan, diplomatic reports that he did during his first encounters with the Woohoo, because he basically did exactly the kind of research that you're doing now. And there's a nifty little diplomatic package that you're able to read up on. Because what was your specific question? What was your specific advantage that you're trying to make in regards to? You're muted.
Oh, I'm muted. Dang it. It was about trying to be prepared for how they react militarily. I was looking for military tactics and how they conduct themselves militarily, basically. So that the advantage would be to, to maybe lower the diff on, I don't know. That's a tough one. What's a good advantage for that? To
So you
understand
sort
their
of
tactics and stuff.
I'll say their tactics, in terms of straight combat, at least on terms of ground combat, is very defensive. Something very unique jumps out at you in the reports. It doesn't inform you of how the technology works, or how aka you're not going to get specific stats out of this because the Kismet through themselves weren't able to work that out. Their ships, however, seem to have some special property to them that interacts with the Woohoo psionics, and allows woohoo vessels to effectively perform concentrated psionic attacks on enemy vessels.
Okay. Is there any kind of defense for that? I don't know that shields would work against psionic attacks. Is that like ship-to-ship psionic attacks?
Yeah, it's a ship-to-ship attack.
Oh, that's crazy. Uh, how do you defend against it? Is it known?
No. Well, there are. That'll be a momentum.
If I could help with that, actually, that was kind of what I was wanting to also deal with as well.
So you can spend a momentum.
Yeah, I'll spin a momentum.
Okay. The answer to that is there are ways to try and shield a vessel against outside psionic influence. The Kismet crew never tried to develop one. I don't believe the Kismet crew ever tried to develop one specifically to block this particular weapon. So it'd be difficult because you don't know 100% how this thing actually works.
Do we have a ground base of how it might work according to Doll? Like, something to work off of her or other psionic abilities we have around at our disposal might let us test that out.
I won't make you spend a momentum for that, not without doing more research on a woohoo vessel itself. And it'd be very hard for you to get access to one.
Do we have any records of them using that attack against any Federation vessels?
You want to spend a momentum for that?
Sure. Sorry, everybody.
Yeah, you're good. You're thinking more ship-wise. I was maybe going to try and focus on something like that with, like, personnel-wise.
Sure. Yes. There is things in the reports that indicate that a woohoo vessel may have a woohoo vessel, or maybe it was specifically a single woohoo captain attempted a psionic influence on at least one member of the Kismet crew. It's vaguely worded, but it looks like it was worded that way on.
Okay, well, is it possible to get the
presumably in the interest of avoiding a full-on diplomatic incident?
Okay, yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. You were breaking up. I thought I didn't hear you talking. Is there? Would we be able to get the computer, like the data from their ship's computer on like the
That's
attack?
what all this is. That's what all this is.
Okay, so we can look at the data and see like what type of energy, or for a lack of a better word, it is to maybe.
Well, it's to hang on.
I'm just thinking that if we can kind of,
might I interject?
If we can kind of narrow down like what it is exactly, then we can make our shields, resistant to it. Now, interject away. Or don't.
So,
so what I would like to also do, or actually, sorry, not do, but just a question, because since I'm reading the reports on these woohoo, are they like always like telepathic, or can they turn it on and off, kind of like a Betazoid?
from my understanding, and I'll give this to you as part of the everything that you've already got, I believe they are. I believe theirs is always on.
Theirs is always on. Okay. Next question: can we shield our brains from them?
That would take some research.
Now, to add to that, it's instead of maybe shielding, is there a way we can maybe project or have like a device on our wrist, like a bracelet that might project, oh, we're happy, or hey, we want you to cooperate, or yada yada yada, hiding our actual intent in our heads instead of like having them burrow what's in our actual minds. Like, is there something we can do to cloak it in any way? Like, not necessarily just negate it, but maybe misguide if we want to try and course the discussion in a different route.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, hey, this guy's like projecting pheromones of serotonin or whatever. Just I don't know, if it's a pheromone thing or if it's like an actual like, oh, I know it's selling your mind.
Oh, it is specifically a psionics.
Okay, now is there anything we can do to just I don't want to say mimic or like I guess falsify, or is there a way to project what they're looking for? I guess like just a guiding tool. Doesn't influence our own side, but a way to
so give
control
me so Dr. Cross, give me a reason medicine roll, difficulty of 1.
Use momentum and threat.
Yeah, while he's doing that, I didn't hear your answer to my question about being able to figure out what kind of energy or how to, if we could use the ship's records to help and inform our engineer how to defend against this type of.
I'll say that it is a starting point. You would not be able to complete any kind of modification before your arrival. This would take some work, and this is something that like the Tiger Squadron themselves have considered. And hang on, did you make your roll, Doctor?
Well,
I was going to ask, does xenobiology, genetics, or immunology work for as a focus?
No, the only real focus I'd really accept for this would probably be psionics.
Psionics, okay. So no focus. I'd like to buy a die with momentum, if that's okay. And I'm going to go ahead and roll.
Okay. You get 2 momentum. The thing I'll let you know, Dr. Cross, is that it is very, very difficult, in the world, like, and this is a out of character sort of thing, but that your character would readily know. In Star Trek, and at least sort of in this canon that the fleet has going on, it is very difficult to influence psionics with current Federation technology.
Now, is there a specific point of the brain where they try and target to connect with the cranial just thoughts?
So,
like, is there a point where maybe insert a chip that permeates a pulse? So like, oh, we're happy, we're good, we're fine. Yeah, like, just is there something we can do almost a radio frequency from the brain at a certain point, like a specific point in the neural?
You can spend a momentum for that. Yeah, you with the way psionics works, yeah, there are medical treatments that can make oneself more or less susceptible to psionic influence. It'll never be perfect because every living thing, to some extent,
right,
but
also like maybe have a setting set for like say you have a watch or something like that. Just like, oh, I want this to be distressed. I want this to be joyous. I want this to be lustful, whatever. Like, I want you to have the own setting from your neural link.
So my answer for that is yes, but that would be a whole research project.
If I could start that'd be great, because if for future references, if this might come to a thing that we might encounter later on, that'd be great. If we can counteract this at some other point, I'd love to do so if I can.
So in that case, you're free to make me a reason engineering check, difficulty 2, just to get the ball rolling.
Is it cybernetics, immunology, anything like that?
I'm gonna say no.
Okay. I would like to buy a die with momentum, if that's good with you guys.
Use it.
Go ahead.
Use it? Okay, cool. Hey-oh.
Okay, so you've gotten the. Oh, and I'll also allow the ship to assist with computers engineering.
And what was the difficulty of that?
It was 2, because you're just making an advantage.
I got my card ship, so if someone wants to roll the ship. There you go, sweet.
Okay, that's 3 momentum. So you have 1 float.
Is there anything I can utilize with that float right now, like with my current research or whatever?
You could ask a question.
I have a question, but I want to kind of voice it to the team before we kind of like put it on the table officially.
Yeah, let's. Hey
Yeah,
guys,
I'm
let's.
still trying to finish my
Yeah,
thing.
we gotta do
ahead.
this one at a time here.
My
So-
ahead.
bad,
He
guys.
He
I'm
got
sorry.
sidetracked to the doctor's stuff while I was still doing my stuff.
No, I'm sorry, man. Because you're trying to do the whole ship. I was trying to focus on just personnel. I'm sorry. My bad. You go ahead. I'm sorry.
No.
Well, let's go ahead and finish your thing,
Go ahead,
and then
do
we can
yours
finish
first.
my thing, and then we can do whoever else's stuff. But if we're doing like all 3 things at the same time, it's gonna be pretty.
It's gonna be
discombobulated.
chaotic.
My mistake. I'm sorry, guys. That was I was trying to simplify it. That was my fault.
We know. Okay.
What do you got on the float?
I don't know.
Float, you can ask a question.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe you can use what I'm gonna ask as a jumping off point to. Maybe it'll help inform you of what you want to spend your float on if you hear what I was trying to do.
Is there a way for me to implement this not only just through personnel, but through a just general like ship-wide defense? If there's something we want to project or whatever, like is this something we can utilize that might be amplified through means?
Okay, yes. So, my response to that is, and I'll take the momentum for the question because you are asking a question and I'm answering it.
I thought I was using that float. I'm sorry.
Yes. The technology could be scaled up. The problem is time. You would take a ton of it would take weeks of research to make something on that scale. Like dedicated anti-psionic defenses for a ship are something that are in conceptual stages right now. At least
Right.
At least in terms of standard Federation tech.
That was why I was trying to focus on personnel only. So that was my bad. So if I can start on that and then eventually amplify it to ship defenses, that'd be great. As of right now, my focus would be personnel. So if we can hop on to someone else, that'd be great.
Okay, so the rest of what I was gonna say is real short. Like it's not that much more, guys. It's gonna be all right. But it was I was wondering, and I guess you sort of answered the question, but what I was thinking is just something temporary. It doesn't have to like be if like it just has to be like somewhat effective. Meaning like if we were to produce some sort of a static, or white noise or something with the deflector or whatever to help shield our minds or the ships, and maybe it's not perfect and it has problems or doesn't it blocks other stuff too or something, but just something we could temporarily use until we could have more time to
I think I will spend, just to keep things moving, I'll spend 2 threat to sort of give you guys the inkling that kind of a solution is a bit beyond the scope of what you guys are going to reasonably have time to do.
Okay.
It's one of those things of the only reason that Kismet is able to give you all of this information is because they have been studying psionics for well over a year and a half.
Okay, well, was there any useful info in there other than
Oh,
it
yes.
exists?
Oh, yes, there's useful information in there that might come in handy when dealing with the Woohoo and when dealing with their and when dealing with them.
Okay, so maybe the advantage is that I have some knowledge about the woohoo, so I can, whenever the situation arises, I can
yes.
ask you if that applies, and if it does, then I get a.
Oh yeah, I'll absolutely let you know if that
Okay,
type
cool.
of thing applies. You definitely have an advantage.
Okay, that's all I got. That was it. Sorry for the long delayed spiel.
Anywho, so does anyone else have anything they want to look at?
Corn has something.
Can we use the deflector as a means of like, I mean, we kind of voiced the idea about using it as like a bounce back mechanism, like a shield. But I was thinking about reversing it and using their own abilities against them. So kind of like we have, and I mentioned this in chat about like some kind of like interface with Dahl or some person on the ship who has telepathic or psionic abilities, and project it as our own form of an attack if needed. To the deflectors.
I'm gonna fold that into the same thing I just told everyone else. That yeah, those kinds of solutions are possible.
It's just the time would take too long.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's you guys would have to dedicate you guys would have to dedicate some serious time to that research.
Okay.
Also,
Yeah,
Dahl is on the. Dahl will be here as soon as she can. She just messaged me.
Okay.
Yeah, so just FYI, he spent 2 threat to move past it. So let's just move to the next thing, the next subject.
That's fine.
She said she'll be here about 15 to 20 minutes.
Okay.
I did want to call a conference before we arrive in system.
That's fine.
With the senior staff to kind of go over and debrief them, or not debrief, but brief them. So I'm not gonna, waste too much time. Time like actually telling them everything. However, I am gonna inform them that we have a contact on Wudra that we're supposed to meet.
Or it's not so much that I'll clarify. It's not that you're supposed to meet them, but it's that they're at your disposal.
Okay. We have a contact in Wudra that is apparently at our disposal. From what I understand, the way Pend was talking, this contact is rather underhanded. Nefarious, I guess would be the better word. That we could implement. I'm not sure if we're going to need such a contact, but I would take your recommendations. That's why you're here. I'm going to look specifically at my security officer.
Yeah, I mean, how can I help?
What are your thoughts? Should we attempt to make contact with this individual that's supposed to be at our disposal? The way Penn talked, it seemed like they were of the underworld sort.
I think as long as we keep that at the forefront of our thoughts, then there's no downside to it. Meaning, like, take what they say with the grain of salt that they are an underworld figure.
Yeah.
But just keep that in mind when we're talking to them, and there's no harm in hearing them out, learning what we can.
Well, when we arrive in system, then, as soon as we can, I would like to make contact with this individual. Pend gave me a location and marketplace. Commander Karak, I would like you to join me on that.
I can.
All right. Is anything else you guys wish to discuss about this?
What is it? What is it we're trying to do, Captain? We're trying to initiate.
Trying to make a diplomatic relationship with this with the woohoo, specifically for the
And
purpose
our
of
contact,
aligning him
or is that what he is right now?
Our contact is on Wudra, from what Penn told me.
Do we know if they
And
are a woohoo or not?
He did not say he wouldn't. He wouldn't give me much information.
I
Only
see.
that apparently I won't like him after I meet this person.
Is there a reason why we were given this assignment, Captain, as opposed to others who
From
might
what
be?
he said, they needed ships, but that's all I know. They needed to send ships to different locations. The Ganymede is one of those ships that were at the disposal of the Tiger Squadron.
Shifts for what cause, Captain?
That apparently there's an unstabling of powers, something that I don't feel at liberty to discuss because it's a command level issue.
Is there
So
war
actually,
between the
Captain Holloway, in your time, feel free to give me another Reason Command difficulty 3, assisted by Ship's Computers Command.
Reason command?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna buy a die with momentum and give you 2 threat.
Hell yeah. Back to 10.
Enjoy that threat. I have bold command, so. To which I will be using that bold command.
Okay.
So that's just 1 die.
Yep, you got your momentum back. So from your understanding, the Quaqua Principality is, hang on, let me find the info. Let me find the good stuff.
Oh, I read Grennan's report. So
Well, you might not have read the right one.
okay, I read the most recent one.
Yeah, that one hasn't happened yet.
Oh, okay. I was like, yeah, this is not something I want to discuss with them.
Yeah,
It's the
no,
most recent one.
that has not happened yet. What has happened?
okay.
What has happened and is knowledge among command level staff, is that the Quaqua Principality, under the auspices of the Honorable Steel Prince, have begun making moves to effectively turn the the remnants of the Chigo Concern and the Chigo Alliance into vassal.
Basically, they're trying to conquest.
Yeah, they're trying to conquest, and
Okay.
the current goal of the squadron, and Starfleet appears to be in agreement on the matter, is that that needs to be quashed.
Is this classified information?
The fact that the concern are going on the offensive and are likely to begin making moves. It's not classified. It's at a captain's discretion whether they want to disseminate that information. The specific reports about how that information was gleaned, those are classified. You have access to them as captain. But you basically have to put in a captain's request to view those files.
Gotcha.
Regarding
I will relay the information that I know, and that is something that I am going to be doing later because I'm paranoid and I want to know everything that's going on.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah.
Captain,
go ahead.
Captain, may I be frank with you?
sure.
You may have read my upbringing, sir. I was, for a small time there, part of the Bajoran rebellions, and it's one thing I dislike the most is not being honest with their crew, sir. And it's something we can learn as to what our goal is instead of being yellow lined or restrict us from knowing. It would help us know what we're up against.
I'm
and why we need to
retracting
do this.
that. I'm retracting the statement because it's actually not classified. So I am gonna relay that information about that
Okay.
the principality is trying to essentially bring in the Shigo concern as vassals. They're basically trying to do what Cardassia did to Bajor.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep.
No.
Yep. And
If anything, Dala was just trying to just talk to you about like, hey, do you want to be straight with us? Because we will
Well, yeah,
probably form to know what you're doing and what we want to do.
Yeah, and so
People
I would
will
be
die
telling you.
not knowing what they're doing.
I would be telling y'all that. Not
the other thing you would know about is that the principality does have actually they're not they don't specifically call them vassals. It's noted in the documentation as quote unquote protectorates.
Bad vassals.
But yeah, vassals, honestly. Yeah. Other interesting factoid about their government. Their ground forces and their space naval forces are split along lines of male and female.
Okay.
Men are for the ground to administrate the worlds. Women are for the stars to display the might of the principality.
Interesting.
And that's who the Steel Prince is like the head of state.
So, yep, I will divulge all that information because I'm not going to repeat that. All right. Dismissed.
So if that had occurred at all with me, kind of talking out of turn there, if my guy had like, oh well, if I can be frank with you, Captain, can you tell us what the fuck's going on? Because we tend to perform better when we know what's actually on our plate. Kind of like in rough form, but like that would have been kind of the general gist of what he was saying.
Yeah, so you got that.
There wouldn't have, you got that info. There wouldn't have been a
Cool.
need to say that because I was not aware that it was not classified. So
yeah, at least those aspects.
That was player misunderstanding, not character.
There you go. It was a failed attempt of me trying to be respected in Jack Holloway's eyes, and it just totally went to shit. So
anywho, so the next thing is, Captain Holloway, you said you wanted to take a look at those classified files.
Yes, I do.
Okay, I'm not going to make you roll for those because it's something that you can see as captain. Specifically, Captain Grennan, or at least according to the report, a clone of Fleet Captain Grennan, was brought out to the Quaqua Principality. His mind was altered. They did something to him. They did something to this clone to alter him. And they effectively tried to brainwash him into turning into an agent for the Chigo, but the clone snapped out of it and escaped, nearly killing the Steel Prince in the process.
So that's how they obtained it.
Yeah,
okay.
and that clone escaped and was able to was picked up by the Federation and was debriefed about all of that, and that specific thing that is very classified because a fleet captain getting captured and a clone of a fleet captain getting captured. Actually, first off, the fact that he was even cloned without his knowledge. Basically, Fleet Captain Grennan was incapacitated for an entire month while a clone of him was running around.
Yeah, I can see why that's classified.
Actually, multiple clones of him were running around.
That's not concerning. One Grenin is enough.
Well, all but one of them died.
Okay.
Did anybody consider using the grin and no emoji?
Yeah.
That might
Yeah.
have fixed
Dang.
it.
Yeah.
I figured if you just implement that through all Starfleet vessels, like it
Yeah.
would just stop the problem.
Yeah, no, I mean, did not put too fine a point on it. Grenan's girlfriend roofied him and made clones of him.
Mm.
As you do. You know.
Yeah,
As you do.
That's a healthy relationship.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They're not on speaking terms right now. Anyway. Yeah, that's what happened, and that's how it became known what the Steel Prince's plans are.
Okay. Well, I'll log that information away.
And specifically, so that it becomes apparent to you that that's another slight reason why Starfleet is taking such a direct interest in this. To say nothing of it being similar to, just imperial expansionism, it's also now it's personal for Starfleet because the Steel Prince basically tried to assassinate a fleet captain.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
Info
dang.
dump.
Yeah, info dump. Okay, good to know. Dismissed.
Hang on. I don't. What? Did someone say something funny?
I'm just watching Karak's token.
Oh, you guys.
Oh, beautiful.
Oh, hang on. I gotta go back. What is he doing?
You kept
It's too
telling us
late
we were.
now.
Oh,
You kept
it's
telling
okay.
us we were dismissed. I was like, okay, going.
Okay. So then, you all eventually arrive in the Wudra system. I have the sound effect. Actually, I'm going to switch that around, so... Because you're approaching from this direction.
So none of our protective measures ever took hold because it would take too long, right?
Yeah, well, it's
He spent threat to move it past.
yeah,
Okay.
it's well, you got started. You were able to start doing research, but that took you a day or so to do all that research. Like, this is something. Oh, like, I will clarify. This is something that the Kismet crew would probably have an easier time of implementing something like that. But they have a bunch of psionic traits built up over a lot of game that would make something like that possible.
So some other time. Got it.
Yeah. So you now have arrived in the Wudra system.
Oh, I was muted. All right. Commander Karak, do a scan of any vessel in the area. Standard procedure for my ship, at least when we drop out of warp into a new system.
Aye.
You don't pick up anything. You do pick up the outside of the the main Wudra planet and its primary starport, which I'm also going to throw up on the map in just a moment. Hold. Come on. Help me out here. Copy. And paste.
It looks like a drum symbol.
Yeah, well, as you look at it, it's kind of this domed pillar sort of thing.
I still see a drum symbol.
Two drums and a cymbal roll off a cliff.
Boo.
No, 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 Grinnin, no.
Please, everybody, please spam the no grin emoji.
I'm glad you guys have all found that and you appreciate it.
Are there any vessels?
Yes, there are. Oh, hang on. I gotta throw those down too. The woohoo ships.
That's cool looking.
And you do know from the scans of the planet, it is very Vulcan-like.
Ah, looks kind of like that. So they know we're coming, right? Like we're not just dropping in unannounced.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, hail the planet then.
Wait, so what was the symbol? It was a station or a ship?
Spaceport.
Yeah.
Okay.
As a ship comes out to meet you. And appearing on screen is I don't have any actual art for them. I'm just using the token for them that Corbinian gave me.
Giant eyeballs. They're not humans. You lied.
Shush. Giant eyeballs. I see you are Federation vessel. We've been expecting you.
Yes. I'm Captain Jack Holloway. This is the Ganymede.
Very good. If you will please fall into escort formation behind us, we will escort you into standard orbit.
Of course. Holloway out.
And I presume you give Grak the order.
Yeah.
Oh, nope. Yes. Oh, and I will specifically describe that the woohoo you saw on the screen, very tan, sort of olive-ish skin. Everyone on the bridge of that vessel also seems to have the same sort of complexion.
Man, I was expecting a giant eyeball.
So you make standard orbit.
All right.
Yeah, and Dr. Cross, I did get your message.
I'm gonna have Commander Dahl start to make contact with the. Are we speaking to an ambassador? Who are we speaking to try to get these diplomatic relations? That wasn't really made clear.
Oh, actually, here's sort of the interesting thing. And by the way, we're in a new scene I forgot to mention.
Oh, okay.
As you turn back to look at Dahl, both Dahl and Karak they've sort of frozen in place.
Ah,
Karak, and I'll have Doll roll for it as well, even though she's not. Her player isn't here yet.
Hey, I will be right back. My food just got here, so give me a second.
In that case, I think I'll wait to do this. I'm good taking a short couple-minute break before I reveal what this is.
Yep, sounds good.
We'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen.
Don't beam away. Star Trek Ganymede will return in just a moment.
Between the sky and my head, there's a place I can't forget, a place full of you. A little world I made for you, no place for lies, only true, where smiles are bright and skies are blue. Just follow me and take my hand, I'll show you things you won't regret. So close your eyes, I got something special for you. 'Cause I try to reach the sky and touch the stars. Try to reach the sky for you. So I try to reach the sky and steal a star, the brightest star that shines on you. Follow me and take my hand, I'll show you things you won't regret. So close your eyes, I got something special for you. 'Cause I try to reach the sky and touch the stars. Try to reach the sky for you. So I try to reach the sky and steal a star, the brightest star that shines on you. Between the sky and my head, there's a place I can't forget, a place full of you. A little world I've made for you, no place for lies, only true, where smiles are bright and skies are blue. Just follow me and take my hand, I'll show you things you won't regret. So close your eyes, I got something special for you. 'Cause I try to reach the sky and touch the stars. Try to reach the sky for you.
So yeah, the captain was just about to ask Dahl a question about going down to the planet's surface and reaching out to the local governors when both her and Karak just sort of tense up. Karak and Dahl, I need both of you to make me fitness medicine rolls, both at difficulty of 3.
You're saying I have a chance if I make this roll later on?
Yeah, I can't physically push any buttons right now. My
Yeah.
state is a hands-free state. I can talk, but I can't.
Yeah,
push
yeah.
buttons.
Oh no, that's fine.
Anybody feel free to push the buttons for me. My fitness is my worst score, though. Is there any chance of buying a die with Doom?
We have 5 momentum, and then also you could give him threat.
Momentum! Yay! I would like to use the momentum for an extra die, please.
Just buying the 1.
Yep.
Well, if you're not very good at it and the difficulty's 3, you might want to buy more than 1 die.
But I don't want to hog all the momentum unless you really want me to.
We really want you to.
Okay.
We really want you to.
Buy 2 dice for 3 momentum, then.
All right, and I'll buy 1 die with moment. What do you got for threat? I'll buy 2 dice with threat, so that we have enough to quash any.
Oh, that
issues
makes
with
sense.
So you're giving me threat?
Yeah, 3.
How much?
3 threat.
3 threat. I'm spending 2 of them. I'm increasing the comp range by 1.
Okay.
Okay. Hit it.
I got 3.
And do you want me to roll for you, Doll?
Yes, please.
Okie doke. I'll take it.
She
You're
used
rolling.
momentum,
So you're at 4 dice.
Yes, I will be highly suspicious if they're all 20s, though.
You do have a focus on this. Fitness. Medicine. Okay. And neither of those were complications, but you did fail.
Does she have
I was
cautious
muted.
medicine?
Does
or
she have
anything?
does
I
she
do
have a
not have
value that could be used to reroll?
I'm looking at her values right now, and I am gonna say no.
Stubborn as a mule? That's a trait. Stubborn as a mule, that's a trait.
No. That won't come into play here. I am sorry, doll. This is.
Oh my gosh, dude.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 16. Oh yeah, that's enough. That is gonna completely fill her stress. And it's 5 or more than 1 hit. So doll, you'll effectively take 2 injuries here. If you don't spend to get rid of one of them, this will be a lethal injury. It doesn't mean you're dead, but it means that you will be. It is a lethal injury that will need to be attended to.
Okay. Whatever I need to spend to not be dead.
That'll be either 2 momentum or 2 threat.
2 momentum? No, maybe 2 threat.
We can get momentum back.
You sure?
He's got enough threat.
Okay. Momentum.
as Karak, you just clutch your head, you sort of lean against the panel in pain. But Captain Holloway, your eyes are transfixed on the commander. You see from her nose a little dribble of blood trickle down from her nose, and then whoop, she hits the deck.
Medical emergency to the bridge.
Heyo. That was not my response. That was me out of character.
That's harsh, man. He's like, yeah.
Fuck no.
Somebody got hurt. I can do my job.
Yeah.
I'm
Hell
important. Then.
That's a great bedside manner you have there, Doc.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, if I made a doctor character, I would make him have the worst
Give me a
bedside
sec.
manner.
I'll be right back. Just a sec.
I mean, you already have the EMH. He's the worst already. So
Yeah, but I'm a captain. I can have terrible bedside manner. I'm not a doctor.
hello.
Hello.
All right.
You
He said
left?
he said he'll be right back.
It went quiet there for a second. I was like, "Oh, did I fuck up?"
Nope, I'm back.
So, medical emergency is that on? That's still on ship, right?
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm gonna respond to that immediately.
Okay. I will let you know, Captain. Do not forget, there is one other thing you can do in a situation like this.
My brain is not working, so. But
No.
Holloway's would be.
Now, it's like a psychic attack. Is there something she can do to resist it? Because she is.
She just did.
Yeah,
fuck
she
that-
can
that-
make a she can make a fitness medicine roll
At difficulty 3. That was
Yeah.
what that was.
and spend 3 momentum to.
Yeah, and spend momentum to not go to dying. But
Yes.
I'll give you a hint, Captain. It's one of the Ganymede's talents.
Oh, I gotta look at our talents because it's been a minute.
Like
Oh,
emergency transporter?
that is my talents. That is not gonna help. No. No. But yeah, can he come out of sickbay?
You have the Mark II. You have
Oh,
hollow
yeah.
emitters. You have hollow emitters all over the ship.
So medical emergency. I'm having Dalo come up here, but begrudgingly, computer activate the EMH.
State the nature of the medical emergency. Oh dear! The commander appears to be bleeding out of her nose.
Yes, that's why you're here. Fix it.
Yes, sir. And the EMH immediately crouches over. He reaches over to Commander Dahl's side, takes out her tricorder, flips it open, and begins scanning. The EMH can make an insight medicine check. Difficulty of 2. So who do we want to roll that?
I already
Sorry,
have my
it's-
character open, but
It's loading for me right now. I can't pull it up from. It's loading.
What were you saying, Corn? The doctor was talking over you.
I have the character open if you want me to roll for it.
Yeah, man, go ahead because it's still loading for me. So you go ahead.
All right.
So-
Emergency medicine focus comes into play.
I'll say emergency medicine comes into play. You're trying to
Yep.
diagnose her condition. Don't forget you're rolling 2 dice.
2 dice. Okay. Task roll. Okay, and as the image, I'm probably like this is the senior staff member. I'm going to give you a extra die worth of threat to bump it to 3. And
Take
I'm
it.
gonna roll.
That's showing favoritism.
Oh, wow. That's 3 momentum on the board.
Yay, momentum.
As the EMH stands up and turns to you, Captain, she appears to be suffering some kind of brain aneurysm. Recommend that we get her to sickbay immediately. And at this point, the doctor walks out onto the bridge.
Just you can see, like, to me, like I didn't verbally scoff, but I can just see the image, like, oh god, he's there, fuck. I go and
Doctor,
tend to
Get Commander
Doll.
Dahl to sickbay.
right away,
Yes.
Captain.
Yes, Doctor, we appear to have some kind of neurological trauma.
What we
Am
have
I,
here is our hands, EMH2. So I'm
Am
gonna
I-
start getting on a gurney, whatever it
Yeah.
is.
Oh yeah, and I'll say, because I forgot something you have. You're because you called medical emergency. You have your medical team with you.
Cool, yeah. All right.
I have a question. I have a question.
Yeah.
Okay. Am I coherent enough to tell the doctor what I experienced in the hopes that it helps?
You correct?
Sorry?
Who is that?
That is
Yeah,
correct.
it's correct.
Yeah. Yes. And give me a moment. I will send you something. There
Alright.
you go.
Yeah. So Karak is just holding his head and he's like, the fear, despair, darkness, and pain. And then he shuts up.
I start treating for delusions.
You look over to Karak, and you also see from his nose a trickle of green blood.
So obviously some sort of neural attack thing. Does this help with? Does this? From my preparations of trying to prevent neurological attacks, is there something I can do to treat this, or is there a way I can like tend to this in any sort of way that is?
Recommend we get her to sickbay first.
Right, for sure, of course, yeah. I'm gonna get him and her and Karak. Wait, is Karak unconscious too?
No, he's not.
Oh,
He's just sort of doubled over. He's doubled over the security console in pain.
yeah. I'll let EMH tend to him while I take her to actual sickbay because she's actually unconscious. So.
Yeah, I was actually going to direct the EMH to make sure Karak's fine.
Understood, sir. And he continues with the tricorder.
So what? It just hit us like a wave or something? It was like a directed attack. I mean, it was able to tell any of that kind of stuff.
Hmm?
Is my audio breaking up?
No, I heard you. Just wanted to make sure that was you. So no, actually, you don't know what that was.
Okay, I just felt that stuff, and then
And pain, and just like it was an assault on you, and then at that, Pakcha turns around. Captain,
Go ahead.
we're getting reports from all over the ship. A number of officers have collapsed.
Doctor, get your... Comm badge. Doctor, get your team mobilized. It's happening all over the ship.
Did any of us besides the officers and these two individuals feel anything? What's going on? Is there like a?
They're all telepathic in some way or form. That's what's going on.
Oh, the head case has got it. All right.
And then the EMH peers over Karak's shoulder and says, "Captain, we appear to be receiving a hail." I know you wanted me to keep an eye on the lieutenant commander, but, well, I couldn't help but notice.
I was muted. On screen.
As on screen is one of the woohoo. Federation vessel. A situation has occurred here on the planet's surface.
What kind of situation?
All across the illuminated worlds. Everyone has suffered some kind of an attack.
Yes,
We don't.
My crew have experienced something similar.
Please stand by, Federation vessel. And you actually can see on this person's face there is a trickle of blood. Please please stand by. We're trying to gather as much information as we can, as quickly as we can, but, well, the command structure is kind of broken down.
Understood. Do you need any assistance from me?
I don't know currently. Please stand by. And the comm cuts.
Rack, you alright?
Yes, Captain.
Can you perform your duties?
Can I, Grennan?
You succeeded at the check. I mean, you felt it, but it passed.
Okay, then I'll relay as much to the captain. I'm fine now. However, it seems that perhaps myself and the commander might be susceptible to these attacks, which could make me a liability in combat.
Yes, unfortunately so. While you're still coherent enough, get to work to figure out what the hell that was. I want subspace frequencies. I want any kind of scan that you can give me.
Okay. I'll excuse me, I'll scan and I'll try to if I have any data on the computers, I'll try to compare them to see if if there was any type of energy signature or surge or anything at the time of the that Doll and I were psychically attacked.
Brandon?
I'm muted. Ha 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 ha.
Yep.
Give me a reason science difficulty 1 assisted by sensors science, so that's difficulty 0.
This is for my scan?
Yeah.
Oh, well, science isn't really my thing, but I'll...
Fortunately, it's only diff 0.
I'll buy a die with momentum.
Okay. That's 2 momentum, and someone roll the ship sensor science.
Sensor science?
Yeah.
Alright, I got it.
Wow, you're at max momentum. Nothing.
Well, that's disconcerting.
Yes, it is. Commander, you have the con. Lieutenant Grack, if he is to fall susceptible, you are in command.
And he'll nod.
Pacha, you're with me.
Huh?
Let's go.
Aye, Captain.
I'm going to take an away team to the surface.
Where are we going, Captain?
Surface side. Perhaps our contact left some information that'd be useful to us.
Understood, sir.
I would like a security team to go as well. So if anybody wants to grab a security team.
What's the
Yeah, you
status
wanna
of
pick-
patients?
Hmm?
What's the status of my current patients?
We'll get to that in a moment.
Yeah, one at a time.
Sorry, you're good. Well, I was wanting to volunteer to go with you, but
Oh no,
If
you're
I'm-
staying on the ship.
okay, cool.
Like you're staying there. I'm grabbing Pakcha because he's a science person. Yeah, I'm taking the hops. Well, I'm probably not. I probably shouldn't do that. That would not look good. I do want at least one security officer. Corn, I'm taking you too.
You just hear a comm from engineering. Captain, several of my crew members down here have collapsed on their consoles and are bleeding out from the nose. I've already alerted medical, but what's going on up
Medical
there?
teams already on the way. I will brief you. Meet me at Turbo Lift 2.
Understood, on my way. You just hear, Larad,
Yes, sir.
you have engineering. If anything happens to the ship, you're in charge until I get back.
Yeah, all right. I'll take it.
GM, instead of me adding more to the security team, may I add my own medical officer who is pretty high in the security field?
I need
Oh,
all
you-
your medical team on the ship. Like our crew is collapsing. I need your team on the ship.
Right, but don't you need one with you as you are our commanding officer?
I got Pakcha. He can suffice, I think, as medical. Actually, I don't know.
He's not medical at all.
He's science, but he's probably got some medical.
Once he gets science to stitch to you, I don't know if he's going to be any good.
No, Pakcha's coming with me. Like I'm going to the surface, but I need your team to stay on the ship. There are crew falling all over the ship. So you're going to be busy for a little bit. I just need Korn, Pakcha, and a security officer to go with me.
No other escorts?
Nope.
Would you like to send the hoplites with you?
See, I wanted to, but I don't know if that would look good.
Well, we did just get attacked.
You know, that's a fair point. Yeah, I didn't think like Jack Holloway. Holloway would take the hoplites. Let's be real.
That's kind
Let's
of what I'm
be
thinking.
real.
I mean, if you guys are attacked, my security doctor is clutch for this.
I'm gonna take the hops, a security officer, Pakcha, and Korn. That's my way team.
Okay. So let me just get that one more time. That's because I'm populating a map.
Yep.
Where's Pacha's character sheet at?
It's
I haven't put his together yet, but I have it. I have his stats, so if something has to be rolled, it can be rolled. So it's Captain Holloway.
Yep.
Pakcha. Horn. And who else?
a security officer.
One of the hoplites.
I want a hoplite too, but I want like Wygo or Selena as well.
Mm-hmm. I got you.
Yeah, I think Selena. That's the one I think that usually goes on ground stuff, isn't she?
They're both good, but I would take
Who's better at the tactical shipboard if you need it?
let's see. I would take Selena with you and
Leave Wygo.
leave Wago because she's got a good medicine score too, so she can help you there if you need it.
Okay, yeah, I'll take her.
I will say, Captain, give me a reasoned command, difficulty of 1.
Okay.
So you're bringing Wygo?
Yeah,
No.
I'm leaving Selena.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's see. Difficulty 1. Buy a die with momentum. Why not?
Okay. You do know that, especially if you are going down with the hoplites, you're gonna need to notify the planetary government that you're sending down people with heavy arms.
Good
Because
point.
these hoplites are armed with Type 3 phaser rifle.
Yeah, I will be notifying the government. I'm gonna keep all my checks and balances, but I will notify them. I'm bringing down hoplites, armed individuals. We're trying to find the source of what happened to both your group, to both what happened to them and to my crew, and I'll inform them of that.
All right. Give me a presence command. Difficulty of, I'm gonna spend 2 threat and 2 more threat. That's difficulty 4, complication range 2.
Ooh. Negotiation focus.
Yep. I'll take it.
Okay. So I am going to buy 2 die. Or sorry, I'm gonna buy a die with threat.
Mhm.
And then I'm going to buy another die with momentum.
So you're giving me a die with threat.
Yes.
Alrighty. Take it.
Do I need any more die? Should I go all the way up to 5?
Up to you.
I recommend juicing it.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. But then that's going to cost us 3 more momentum. Or give him 3 threat.
To you.
You know what? I'll give you 3 more threat. Sure. We're buffing you with
Nice.
threat anyways.
Okay, roll 5. Woo! So that was diff 4. That is 4 momentum. So you're at 2 float. That's enough to create an advantage.
Yes. Let us create an advantage. Give me an advantage, guys.
We come in peace.
What's it relating to?
Getting them to let me take my arm to the teeth hoplites down.
Oh yeah, we haven't told Doll about that yet.
An advantage related to that?
Yeah, an advantage relating to you guys being allowed to bring your forces down.
I succeeded, but we can get an advantage now because there's 2 float.
That's a tough one.
Right? That's what. Right?
I do have one
maybe
in mind.
Maybe they have full access or something, so they don't. I don't know. What was the one you had in mind?
What's the one you have in mind?
The one I have in mind is that if you spend 2 momentum, they're willing to. They're more willing to work with you. So any subsequent checks to get them to do stuff will be lowered in difficulty by 1.
So kind of, yeah, that's kind of along the lines of what Karak was thinking. It seems kind of more access, easier access to things.
Yeah.
2 momentum cost, sure.
Yeah, it's out of the float anyway, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
So
yeah.
you're still
That's right.
still at max.
That's right. Yep, let's do that.
Very well. Just understand that if anything goes wrong, we won't be able to render any aid. All martial forces that are still not incapacitated are being rallied.
Understood. Holloway out. I will take my team to the transporter room, and I'm going to brief in Korn of what happened, and then we're going to beam down. To the
Okay.
marketplace. I need to talk to that contact because he might have information.
Meanwhile, in sick bay. First
Oh,
question,
no.
Doll, how are you doing?
What do you mean?
Doll, how are you doing for like getting back?
I am currently setting up my laptop. I've just about got everything plugged in. I'm still here, though.
Yeah, as there are a lot of you've got a lot of people.
Why do we have so many Vulcans?
Yes, I like to use all my my Omni gels, please.
Well, it's all the I mean, there aren't that many psychic species, and I'll say in this bed is an officer in science blue. It's a
Not science.
it's what are they? I'm trying to remember the race. A Hylian. There, it was in that one episode with Jordy and like the lady with the crystal. Does anyone remember that one? The shape-shifting dog.
I do.
Yeah.
Man,
I don't
that's
remember
an
the name of
obscure
it.
reference, but yeah, I can't remember the name of the race.
Yeah, the Hylian. She's one of those. They are psychic.
But Betazoids can't turn off telepathy, so I would expect her to be susceptible, if not outright weak, to psychic attack, because it's like having a big open barn door all the time, going, why is there houseflies coming in? Why are there people rushing in? You know?
Mm-hmm. So, what's your play here, Doctor? You have all these
How do I
people.
tackle this?
That's why I said keep your medical staff on the ship.
I mean, we have miscellaneous, but there's ones that excel otherwise in other places. So, like that one right there, the Andorian, she'd be great on ground forces. That guy right there, he's more of alternative medicines and stuff like that. Is there any guidance you can give me here, GM? Because I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna be doing here. I mean, the psychic attack, besides give my ibuprofen, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
Okay. In that case, is there a particular approach you want to take here? Just trying to figure out what's
Physically
going on.
stabilize us, maybe?
So obviously, I want to stabilize and make sure they aren't bleeding from their brain, and I want to see if there's a way I can implement my defenses. I was trying to research and prepare for the situation, and just in case it was sort of happen.
Okay,
Now,
give me a control medicine difficulty of. I'm gonna spend a couple threat. Difficulty 3. And the EMH can assist you.
Now, do I have any sort of advantages or any sort of like focuses? Because I did prepare for this, or what was? How do I roll this?
You know what? I will say that you did do a bit of do a bit of prep research, so that brings the difficulty back down to 2.
Okay.
But I am going to spend 2 more threat to keep it at 3. But this is me. You're making me burn threat.
You jerkface. So there's nothing. I guess xenobiology might help in case I were to try and implement some different genes or different races that might take it to a different extent. Like
I'll allow
Vulcans.
I'll allow xenobiology.
Okay, cool.
You're working with a number of different races here,
I like
and
to. You go ahead. Sorry.
EMH has emergency medicine. This is control medicine. So, Stiff 3, do you want to spend any momentum or spend any threat?
I like to buy momentum. Sorry, I would like to spend momentum for an extra die.
Okay. And someone want to roll the EMH?
What's the
Control
EMH rolling?
program.
Control medicine
Control medicine.
with a focus.
He-
Did you have a reroll cross? Or
that was the.
Oh, sorry.
EMH.
No,
that was the
I roll-
EMH.
I'm sorry.
That's
I roll with
that. That's fine. That is enough hits. So currently, Doll is stabilized, and each of these other tokens here, represent a swath of the crew that have been affected. For every 2 momentum spent, you will also manage to stabilize one of them.
Is there a way I can give this base information to EMH to do research on? Go, hey, this is I'm sorry. What's Doll again? Is she Trill? What's she? I'm sorry.
Betazoid.
Could I give hey, this is a base telepath that has been affected by this attack. Can we find a basis for this and work around a Vulcan, a such and such, and yada yada yada? Is there a way we can kind of reverse engineer what just happened to her and implement to other races?
That'll be a whole other role.
Okay, that'll be on the back burner for future reference, if that's okay.
Yeah.
But I'll try and start tending to other patients if I can.
Do you want to spend any sets of 2 momentum to help out any of the others?
I would like to use one of my momentum or how it works, and then
It's 2.
buy it with cost. Is that something I can do?
What you could
I go half and half.
What you could do is you could spend 4 momentum and give me 4 threat, and yes, you would get everyone.
I'll do that. I don't want to, but I will. God.
Your medical team works wonders, getting everyone stabilized, pumping everyone full of psycho-stabilizing medication.
Save the data. Save the data.
Okay. However, I am going to then spend 6 threat to move the scene to somewhere else. Commander Doll. Hang on.
Sorry, guys.
I mean, he burned a bunch of threats, so hey.
Yeah. Commander Doll.
I did lose us momentum in the process, though, so
Can you
I
hear
don't know if it's
me?
going to be on top.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Good.
I can hear.
Yay.
You find yourself standing, floating almost, in a vast ocean. On the horizon.
Oh, oceans aren't bad things.
On the horizon, you see a swirling cloud of purple. Dark. Ominous.
Maybe she's gonna meet a ghost that her grandmother dated.
Push. No.
Oh, sorry, she's not Dr. Crusher.
No, she's not Dr. Crusher.
This is nothing like you've ever experienced before, Commander.
Okay. There's not much to do other than tread water. And watch.
Are you going to try and go in a specific direction?
Away from the scary purple cloud? Preferably floating on my back?
You swear for a moment you heard voices. But then they're gone. As you continue to tread the waters of the ocean, we cut to the surface of Wudra.
I had a mouthful. Dang it.
That's what she said.
You're fired.
Actually, that's not what I want. I wanna. As you all arrive in sort of this very busy city center.
Hey, where's my bug?
Oh, I'm sorry. That's who I forgot. I forgot Pakcha. I knew I was forgetting someone.
How dare you forget my insect?
And the two hoplites level their phaser rifles. Look around. Clear, sir.
Go. And I'm gonna head through the marketplace. I'm sure there's like a bunch of people that are on the ground. Am I correct on that?
Yeah, there are people around. There are medical personnel, but there aren't many.
Pakcha, do you know any medicine?
I know a little. It's not exactly my forte. I mean, I did the courses in the academy, and yes, sir, yes.
Good.
Yeah.
Assist these people.
I'll do what I can, sir.
Selena, you as well. Corn, hoplites, you're with me.
Yes, Commander.
Yes, sir.
Captain.
Did you get it to motion?
I hope he actually didn't say commander to me, because that would not go over well, Jack Holloway.
Captain. He's like looking at all the bodies. He's a little bit like. He quickly corrects himself.
Let's keep it moving, Commander.
Yes, Captain.
And I'm going to be looking, and Commander, be scanning for anything out of the ordinary, especially bio signs of any kind that might not be woohooian or woohoo, or whatever you want to call these words.
Yes,
Give me insight security, difficulty of 3, and Horn can assist.
Insight security?
Mm-hmm.
Thankfully, my security's not bad. Diff 3?
Mm-hmm.
Yee. And Korn's assisting. Okay, I'll give you a threat to get another die. Any of my focuses apply.
What are your focuses?
They probably won't, but deception, composure, inspiration, strategy, tactics, intimidation,
No.
negotiation.
Yeah, nah.
I didn't think so. It was worth a shot. All right.
Hey. Hey. That's a momentum. As you guys feel free to sort of move your tokens about as you're all walking around. And then, so Captain, as you're approaching this sort of statue-like thing, you hear a voice go,
By the statue.
What is it?
yeah.
I'm gonna draw my phaser. And carefully approach. I'm gonna direct the hoplites and Korn in this direction as well.
I cannot move
Okay.
the hoplites, so...
I will do so. Are you the contact?
I am.
Oh, great. It's about time you all showed up. Come on, Navoma, my dear. Let's greet our new guests. And the two figures pop out from behind the statue. And let me cue up their theme. Well, hello there!
Frickin' Ferengi!
Yeah, you see this short, tiny little Ferengi, and standing next to him with this sort of like strap top plaid thing going on. Towering above him, this Romulan woman.
Pleasure.
Allow me to introduce myself. I am Bozak, trader of fine goods. And this, and he takes a step back, is my darling wife, Navoma.
Captain Jack Holloway. This is my chief engineer, Commander Korn.
Well, pleasure to meet you all. Starfleet usually aren't the kind that we interact with. But, well, we do owe Adler a favor.
Adler.
And, Navoma sort of knocks him over the head. You dolt! They don't necessarily know who she is. How was I supposed to know that?
And who is Adler?
She's something special, alright? Not as special as you, Navoma, my darling.
Alright, enough pleasantries. I need information.
Well, I guess we do kind of have a deal going now, don't we? Very well. Things are a little hectic here right now, so you're gonna have to make it quick.
I want information about what is going on this planet, why all these people are dropping from psionic attack. Anything you can provide will be useful.
Well, we don't really know why this is going on, but, Navoma, my dear. The Romulan sighs. It is our understanding that certain members of the Woohoo government have managed to find themselves a safe haven where they are currently recovering. I cannot tell whether or not this has anything to do with the cause of the attack, but, well, you may be able to get more answers out of them.
Where's this safe haven?
And the two of them look at each other, and they sort of give themselves a look, and then they turn away in sort of like a side dialogue with each other, and they just
while they're doing that,
they start whispering to each other. The Romulan has to like stoop down to his level.
So while they're doing that, I'm gonna fire my phaser in the air.
Yeah.
I said, where is the safe haven?
Give me daring command. Opposed.
Okay. I'm gonna give you 2 threat. And
all right.
I'll also buy one with momentum as well.
Okay. I am going to spend 1 threat and the 2 you gave me to buy a couple extra dice as well.
Intimidation as a focus.
Oh yeah.
Okay. It's a terrible roll.
Can I assist by missing?
No, but you do. You would have tied, but you do succeed because the hoplites are there with you.
Oh, glad I brought them.
Fine. She steps forward, and with a flick of her hand, she produces a data stick.
I will take the data stick, and as I do, I'm going to grab her wrist and say, if either of you are lying to me on any of this, we will find you. Let go of her wrist.
You're not the first one to say that, darling. And the Ferengi is giving her a look. But Navoma, dear, we have to be making money on these deals somehow. And Navoma just like leans into him and says, "Oh, don't worry, dear." And she caresses his cheek, all of a couple of inches away from touching his earlobes. "I'll make it up to you later." "Yes, Navoma, my dear. Now let's go." And she strides off with the Ferengi following in rapid pursuit, and he has this big stupid grin on his face. And
now's not the time for umlaut.
No, they're going to be doing Jermahurom. Where's the Horgon? Oh gosh. That is not what I expected, but I'm relieved that it's not what I expected.
Oh god.
I expected Tulum to be our contact.
Oh, Tulum. Yeah, Orion guy.
And I was gonna have to punch an Orion.
Oh, that would have been fun too, but no.
I will hand the data stick to Commander Korn and say, analyze that.
Yes, Captain. I'm gonna keep doing that just for shits and giggles. Just kidding. What do I need to roll?
You just can pop it into your tricorder and read the data.
Alright. He's gonna do that.
Yeah, it appears that there is some location in one of the located in sort of not a parks district, but like in a slightly more governmental district, entitled the Temple of Solar Illumination.
Captain, we have coordinates to a place called the Temple of Solar Illumination, and it is in the governmental district.
Yes. Oh, and I forgot. I'll show you guys this to give you a really good idea of what this place looks like. I'm not going to put this in the. I'm not going to put this in the Roll20, but here's just an image. I'm going to throw it in the Discord. This is the kind of aesthetic that this massive city has.
Oh yeah. So like straight up, they're just like a tech Greece. Okay,
That's cool.
it is cool. How far away is it, Commander?
Jim? How far?
Take a little walking to get there.
Only a few blocks, he says, and looks at like the distance between a couple of the blocks and says, "City blocks, not sure, but blocks definitely."
All right, let's go. Selena, Pakcha.
Yes, sir.
How are they doing over there?
Not well, Captain. We have people sick, dying, and Selena just crosses her arms, dead.
Do what you can for them, then contact me or the Ganymede.
Aye, sir. Aye, sir.
Commander. And I will start heading towards that temple.
Meanwhile, on the bridge of the Ganymede. No. Here we go. You're not there. You're not there. You're not there. Oh, wait. No, because the EMH is down in sick bay. And I'll say Wygo is at security. Commander.
Yes.
We appear to be receiving. He squints, and it's been a couple of hours now. It's been a couple of hours since all of this happened. We appear to be getting encrypted communication.
From whom?
The encryption algorithm's pretty complex. This is definitely a Starfleet. Encryption protocol. Given the distance, probably Deep Space Arcania.
Is it marked for anyone in particular?
Yeah, I don't know, sir. It's past the level. It's past the security encryption on it.
Yeah, I was just trying to figure out if it was like sent to the captain or sent to just the commander of the ship. That would be me currently.
Yes.
Is it something I can view?
Yes, sir. And he walks over to the back terminal. I'll pull it up here, sir. We're gonna have to decrypt it ourselves. This is not a standard encryption algorithm. Whoever's on the other side of this, wanted to make sure that only someone with a Starfleet knowledge of encryption could crack this. And not just someone who has the code.
Is that what kind of skill is that? Like, do we have anybody who's really good at decrypting things?
That's security.
Oh, but that'd be me. Wait, is it reason?
It is, in this case, it is going to be control security.
Oh, well then I shall decrypt it.
Very good, sir. I'll resume my post tactical.
Alright, what do I have to do to figure this bad boy out?
This will be control security, difficulty of 3.
Alright.
Hmm? You there?
3?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
You cut out for a second.
Oh. I was asking if I could use my martial arts focus, but I was kidding. You said Div 3?
Yeah.
Okay. I will buy...
Oh, and computer security from the ship.
Okay. I'll buy 2 dice with threat, because we only have 1 momentum. Actually, no, I'll buy the first die with momentum and a second die with threat.
Yay! I am going to spend it. I'm increasing your complication range by 1.
Okay.
Oof. That
Sorry.
is. Oh, you got a reroll. There you go. That is 2. Yeah.
Somebody want to roll the ship?
More new.
Wow.
We just got 2 momentum. You can squash that.
Yeah, we're
Yes,
gonna have
we're
to.
doing that.
Okay.
Right back where we started.
Yeah. Well, that works. Yeah, it appears to be documentation for Captain Jack Holloway's eyes only.
Okay. Well, then I will not read
And-
it. And what? Go ahead.
And yeah, as I was saying, it is confirmed by the by. It did come from Deep Space Arcania.
Okay. Well, then I'll calm the captain and tell him that we've received an encrypted message from Deep Space Arcania for his eyes only.
All right. Before that conversation can happen, though, Captain Holloway,
More giant eyeballs.
more giant eyeballs, Corn, and the 2. No, the 2 hoplites. Right? You brought them with you, I think.
Yes, I brought the hoplites. I'm like not going anywhere without these guys ever again.
As you stroll into this temple,
Yes.
you see a number of woohoo.
Woohoo!
God damn. Every time.
You beat me to it.
Dick Dicky.
Alright,
I wonder if when the woohoo like make a mistake if they call it a doe. Doe.
Hit.
Who are you? Identify yourselves.
My name is Captain Jack Holloway of the Federation Starship Ganymede.
Presence command difficulty of 2. Would have been harder, but you have advantage.
Yeah, I do.
They were informed that you guys were going to be on the planet's surface.
Yeah. You said it was difficulty of 2. I'm going to buy a die with threat. Negotiation focus.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's 2 momentum. We were informed you were coming.
Yes. And you are?
I am Laveau.
Laveau?
I am...
Laveau, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I am the leader of the temple here.
I see. Well, Laveau.
And it's also, you note as you're in here, you note that there are some odd architecture. There are some odd bits of architecture in here that don't match the rest of what you've seen from the Woohoo. It's more angular, more obelisk-like in some places, as opposed to the round columns.
Well, Laveau. I'm going to note that later. It has come to my attention that both of our situations are similar. Your people have been attacked, it would seem, and so have mine.
Indeed. It's a disturbance in the ocean.
In the ocean?
Yes.
What's the ocean?
The ocean is... how to explain this in the most succinct manner possible. The ocean is a psychic ocean.
Right.
It connects all living things in the universe.
I see. And there's a disturbance?
Yes, most aren't aware of it. Most aren't aware of the ocean's presence, and even among psionics, it takes one who is aware of the ocean to even begin to tap into it.
So you can tap into this thing?
Yes. But it is dangerous. It is something that the Woohoo have spent millennia understanding. And it is only thanks to the technology of those who came before us. And he motions to the sort of obelisked walls.
Those who came before you.
Yes.
Is that why this structure is different than the rest?
I suppose you could call this a place of study.
Well,
Which, Captain, is a bit odd to you because this looks more like a place of worship.
yeah, it's very, very temple-y.
Yeah.
Place of learning, you say. Study. Where are your books?
They're all around us. In the hearts and minds of the Woohoo.
I see.
And those that came before. And he motions again to the obelisk. We study them. We learn what they have to teach us about how to broaden our horizon.
And what caused this disturbance in the ocean?
That we do not know. But it is terrible if it has affected our people so. And while we may be safe here for now, it will not be so for long. There are those in the Woohoo who would rather use this opportunity to improve their own station, to take control.
I see. Laveau, how familiar are you with the Shigo concern?
Ah, the concern. We have had dealings with them in the past, although, their interaction with the temple here has been minimal, to say the least.
I see.
They're more in the domain of the Woohoo traders.
A few months ago, My ship encountered a testing ground for the concern that they dealt in some sort of mental attack. They tried to implement it on my crew. Is it possible they're behind this as well?
It is a possibility.
I want to know the
But-
possibility. What's the top possibility?
Well, he thinks for a moment. The only thing that I could think of that could cause something such as this would be complete anti-psionic event.
Explain that.
How best to describe? Yes, I know. You, and he looks to Korn. You are an engineer, are you not?
I am, yes.
Could you explain then the concept of your matter and antimatter and how it creates energy?
Well, the antimatter is consumed by the matter, and the matter regenerates from the antimatter, but because they have to be in equal and stable flows, it creates a chain reaction resulting in energy being produced from the decay and reconstruction of matter, because, as we all know from physics, nothing can be created nor destroyed. So, in that matter, it's...
Indeed. As such, for psionics, there is such a thing as anti-psionics.
Anti-psionics.
Indeed. When psionics and anti-psionics meet, energy is created. But to perform a feat like that would require incredible technology, far beyond that of any that the Peugeot Star Authority is capable of. No, something like this could only be accomplished by those that came before.
Who are those who came before?
I believe your Federation came to call them the Preservers.
And do you think the Preservers are responsible for this?
I do not know. I find it unlikely, personally, myself. The Preservers have been gone for millennia, and... well... we've seen no reason to assume that their goals were anything but benevolent, and he splays his arms out. Yes, you can scan them, Korn. Give me insight engineering. Difficulty of 4.
Okay, I'm gonna approach one of these obelisks and say to the captain, if I may, I'd like to, take a reading on your, what'd you call them? The,
Those who came before.
those came before? And what was the... It was insight engineering, you said?
If you believe it will help our people, of course.
Thank you.
I'll just nod for Korn. Also, use momentum and threat, Korn, remember.
Yes, I know. I'm gonna use, I'm gonna use up our momentum for the first 2 die, and then I'm gonna use, give you, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, would be 3 more, threat, right?
So how much threat am I getting?
I think 3.
3. Okay.
It scales up if I remember.
Yes, it does.
Oop, I did not
Oh,
mean to
yay,
give that
I want
to you.
threat. I'll let it go. Alright. So it's insight, engineering. Correct? Alright. And it's difficulty that... Okay. Would any of my focuses come into play, such as inspiration, EPS systems,
I'm gonna look.
transport of...
I'm gonna say no.
Always testing would come into play, or testing a theory.
No, not
is
yet.
my talent.
Not yet, because you haven't. This is your first roll with this
Fair
stuff.
enough. Okay, so that's gonna put me at... Would I be at 5 task roll or 4? I think...
5, I think, because it
5,
sounds
yeah.
like you spent
Yeah, I juiced
3 momentum, 3 threat.
it. Correct, yeah. Rolling.
Yeesh.
Cautious engineering.
Ooh. Yeah, if we roll that 0.
Much better.
That is still only 3 hits.
Let's see. What can I do? I pounce at every problem I face as a value, or...
Or always testing. I'll
Always
take
test-
always testing.
Okay. I'll use that. So I get an automatic success.
And you're gonna re-roll the 2.
Reroll the 2, yep. There we go. Oh, come on.
Ooh.
Um,
That is a complication.
Complications love you.
yeah.
So
Apparently.
you're gonna get some information. It's just not gonna be perfect. Hang on a sec. Anyhow, so yeah, this is likely some kind of a psychic stabilization system.
Captain, I believe this is a stability matrix of some kind at a psionic level. However, I don't fully understand how that is possible, but we've encountered weirder things on our journey, so...
This is what keeps this place safe.
Indeed.
I believe so, yes.
Very well. Laveau, is there any other information that you could give me? Anything that could help me help you?
Just know that the ocean is a large place. It is easy for one to get lost.
Thank you. We'll keep in contact.
At that point, you get a call from Karak.
Go ahead.
What I said earlier, Captain. No, we have received an encrypted message from whatever the name of that
Deep Space Arcania.
Deep Space Arcania, and it's marked for your eyes only, Captain.
Understood. I'm on my way. Thank you for your time, Laveau. Commander. And I will lead the way out.
Okay.
I'm gonna contact Pakcha and Selena and tell them whenever they feel like have done all they can to return to Ganymede.
Okay.
Ganymede 4 to beam up.
As you all beam up, we are going to cut over to sickbay.
No, but I'm ready.
As interestingly enough, you've managed to get everyone You managed to get everyone on ship stabilized, except you managed to get everyone back up on their feet and conscious again, except for Doll.
She was always the strongest second telekinetic there. Telepath, sorry. So yeah, that could be why. You're too strong, doll. I can't hear you. I'm sorry. Anything from our introductions that might reveal as to why she's more susceptible to this, or
Give me a reason medicine. Difficulty of 3.
with the cross research with the other races that have been
Yes.
covered with this? Does that
Yeah.
negate that at all?
Yeah.
Or what? Okay.
It's difficulty 2 now.
All right, cool. Reason medicine?
Mm-hmm.
Xenobiology or anything like that help for focus?
No, not in this case.
We have no. Oh no, we don't have anything. Fuck. Sure, I will buy die with cost.
Okay. I'm gonna spend that and one more. Your complication range goes up to 2.
Okay, dude.
No, it's fine. Let him burn his threat.
Yeah, right. Oh yeah, sorry, threat. That's what I want to say. Not. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I guess I'll go and roll. No. Does
No
Image help me out
focus.
with this by chance?
No. This is you working it out yourself.
No focus. No computers by chance. No computers.
Not in this case. No.
Okay.
This is you. This is you working in your own smart.
Because I
scientific
roll
way.
so well. Let's go.
You jinxed yourself.
Oof.
Do you have a milestone or any value or anything you can use to reroll?
Wait, where's it at? Give me a second. I have a normal milestone. I have not sure what else it might help. What was that one that could what was the thing that helped me roll better? Determination?
Yeah.
Is that something?
You'd get 2 rerolls. Let me see if you have a value that'll apply. Ooh, you know what? I will take your first value. Open to others' beliefs.
But that made me less ignorant. So that's gone, or is that something I can?
No. No, it allows you to spend your determination.
Ah, okay.
So you can re-roll 2 dice.
Reroll 2 dice. Do I just roll the same thing with?
No, you get to re-roll the 2.
So I just do 2 task rolls and 1 complication range. Okay.
No, it's still 2 complication range.
Don't say that. Okay. Cool. There we
Nice.
go.
Oh wow, is that a nat 1? Nice. You generate 2 momentum as you're reading the documentation, and this is something you wouldn't have considered if not for some of the specific language surrounding it. But you kind of learn a little about this concept of the ocean. And one of the reasons you'd probably be so willing to accept this is because one of the foremost, I don't want to say experts, but one of the people who most regularly has contact with that thing, with the ocean, in the region, is a Bajoran Starfleet officer, a lieutenant commander in Tiger Squadron. And you've basically now become aware of the concept that someone can become unstuck from their mind and their consciousness can get trapped in the ocean.
Oh, okay. So she's in some like dream celestial state sea thing.
Indeed.
Was there anything that might help me fix this psychic coma, whatever it is, or
That'll be a momentum spend?
I'll spend it.
Okay, it comes to your attention in your reasoning that there's probably a reason that she's unable to find her way home, as though there's something in her now that needs to switch places with wherever she currently is.
So, as a Bajoran, I'm semi-familiar with a possibility what this might be. Is there something I can do religiously, or like a prayer, or anything with Bajoran jewelry I can just start doing chanting wise? What I can do with that?
So, I won't even make you spend a momentum for that one. This is more of a psionics thing. Psionics is not something that Bajorans typically dabble in. The only reason that this particular Bajoran has this other Bajoran in Starfleet has this stuff going on is because he had some really crazy stuff happen to him that made him psychic.
Okay, I didn't know if it was like Deep Space Nine stuff where he like, oh, I dreamt of the Celestials of the Bajoran people, whatever it is.
No, in fact, that's a whole thing about the way that this unfolded for him is that like it's like he had his own experience, but it wasn't the Celestial. It wasn't the wormhole aliens that gave him this opening up experience. It was this other like psychic phenomenon.
Is there something I can pursue with some sort of mental link? Is there something I can do, practice like Vulcan, or like some sort of like, oh, can I do sort of meditation, try and meet her?
Yeah, so with that, I'll let you know. Yes, there is a possibility that someone with knowledge of the ocean could dive in and meet her halfway and help her get back out. The research is absolutely there for that.
If there's no other candidate, I mean, I'll try and do my research and find out who would be best suited for this. If not, I'm fully willing to go in and see if I can do anything myself. If it's possible, that's fine.
So meanwhile, while you're doing some of this looking in, Captain Holloway, you're back on the bridge.
Yep. And since it's for my eyes only, I'm actually going to go to the ready room.
Okay. Oh, hold on. Ready room. Okay. You pull open the file. It is a log. No, it's not a voice recording. It is just a log.
Okay.
It is that log from Fleet Captain Harmon Grennan, noted stardate 55947.4. I'll read this out loud as Grennan, I guess, actually. I write this report with a sense of dread. It has come to light that the Quaqua Principality has been developing a terrible weapon of war. A vast mobile station built using reverse-engineered preserver technology. This base is large enough to house all of the Quaqua elite and its vast armies. With it, they could bring the entire sector to heel, forcing the Woohoo, the Chigoans, and all the free worlds under their heel. If that were the end of it, the actions of the Steel Prince would be that of an expansionist conqueror. But it gets far worse. Far worse. This station is powered by a horrific system that feeds on the psychic energies present in all living beings. The Steel Prince is going to burn his own people, and those of the entire Peugeot sector to fuel his war machine. This has the potential to become a genocide on the scale of billions. The Steel Prince must be stopped at all costs. We're putting out calls to all allies within range and turning in just about every favor we have. We have some time, but not much. Intelligence reports indicate that the Steel Prince's war station will be complete and deploy on stardate 55990. The 10th Fleet needs to be prepared to face this threat. End log.
Holloway stares at the monitor for a minute, reaches under his desk, grabs his bottle of jet fuel down there, and takes a big swig.
Fitness medicine, difficulty 3.
I drink this stuff all the time.
Medicine, difficulty 3.
I'm going to buy a die with momentum. You know what? I'm going to buy another die with threat. Pick 2 threat.
Hey, you're good.
Yeah.
How much
I drink
threat did
all
you
the
give me?
time. I gave you 2.
Hey, nice.
All right. I'm going to go back out to the bridge.
Okay.
Commander. And I'm
Which
going
commander?
to, you. There's no other commander on the bridge.
Okay.
It appears we found our culprit. And I'm going to hit some buttons on my panel, and I'm going to display the log to him as well.
And presumably the whole bridge.
Yeah.
The bridge is just silent.
I need to go to the surface again. What this Steel Prince did may have actually just won the woohoo over to the Federation side on this. You have the bridge, Commander.
I suppose it's fortuitous then.
Indeed. How is Doll's situation before I go?
She is still unresponsive.
Get me informed on that as well.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Okay. So, what's your plan, Captain?
First, I'm going to transport to the surface. Taking my hops, because I gotta have them.
You going back to the temple, or?
Yeah, I'm going back to the temple.
Oh, it's not there. These guys.
LeBeau,
Yes.
I have some troubling information.
Yes.
I have just received word that, well, we have the source of your situation. The Qualqual Principality has developed a weapon of war. Apparently, it feeds off of psionic energy.
Oh God.
They intend to burn everyone. Starfleet has already sent word to deploy for backup to engage the Steel Prince and to stop this weapon. Although my ship was sent here to reach out with your people to try and gain your assistance in this as well. And now I don't even have to talk. What happened is proof enough that they mean to destroy you, but we mean to help you.
I see. Well, I will do everything I can to, and at that moment, see? There we go.
Uh-oh. What happened?
I just spent all my threat.
Oh, good.
That's always a good sign.
As crashing in the window are a number of highly armed woohoo enforcement officers.
I did say I brought my hops. I don't know if you heard that or not.
Oh, I did miss that.
Yeah.
Right. Let me grab
I don't ever go alone, dude. Like, I'm
Uh,
taking a security detail with me.
Gosh dang it. I still spent a lot of threat.
Yeah, you did.
As they come rushing in, Captain Jack Holloway of the Federation starship Ganymede, come with us.
Under whose authority?
Under the authority of the Woohoo Illuminated Worlds and the Council.
And the council.
Yes.
For what reason?
We are currently attempting to determine responsibility for today's events. We need you to come and answer some questions.
And you brought an entire fleet for one man.
Are you
Question.
going to come? Are you going to come peacefully?
Can I, like, insight check them?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, what?
Sure.
What is that?
Give me insight security difficulty of difficulty 2.
Difficulty 2. Okay. I am not going to spend that
Hang on a
momentum
sec.
because I might need it here in a minute. Would any of my focuses apply?
Negotiation. Ooh. Nice. 2. You get the distinct impression that there is some political game being played here.
Yeah, that's what I thought. All right. In that case, I am going to how do I want to play this out? Holloway is going to look at one of the hoplites. And is there, like, a way I can, like, signal, like, stealthily open fire?
Oh my god. Yeah, you can do that.
Oh, do I want to do that?
For two momentum, you can just make that advantage.
But do I want to do that?
Do you want to do that?
I don't know. So I could tell there's a political game going on.
Yeah. Yes.
This is the predicament.
Yeah. It is.
I've already answered questions. And I already know who's responsible. But I get the feeling so do you.
Are you insinuating something, Captain?
I'm not insinuating anything unless that's the way you're taking it.
I'm afraid that's not how this works, Captain. You are on Woohoo soil.
And we are authorized to be here.
Yes, on the good graces of the Illuminated Council.
Whatever political ends your faction has, it's going to destroy you all. And I'm not threatening you, I'm just telling you the truth. Now, counteroffer. We can talk peacefully, but I will not be accompanying you anywhere. You will send a delegation on neutral ground.
Give me Presence Command. Actually, yeah, Presence Command. Difficulty of 5.
Difficulty 5, huh?
Yeah.
This is rough. Alright.
He wants that. Yay.
Yeah, that's exactly it. He wants threat. Could I use a value if any of these would work?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not sure if any of these would work. Probably not.
I will say, actually, you could spend towards a mission directive.
Oh, I didn't even get what the mission directive was, so.
Mission directive. Make forge peaceful cooperation with the Woohoo and gain their alliance towards opposing the Quaqua.
Okay, I will spend towards a mission directive then.
Okay, that's 2 auto hits. You want to spend any momentum?
Oh, I have
for
to spend momentum. I am going to spend. I'm gonna give you 2 threat.
Okay. I am going to increase the comp range by 1.
Yep.
For that 2 threat.
And I'm also going to spend 3 momentum.
Right. So that's 4 dice.
4 dice, and I got 2 auto hits.
Yep. And comp range 2.
Comp range 2. I gave you threat. I do have bold command, so I think 4. I could potentially do this. We'll see.
Nice.
Yeah.
That
yeah.
is.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, that's 2, 4, 6, 8. That's 8 successes against 5. 3 momentum. Very well. We will be in contact.
Good. I look forward to it.
And they all withdraw, being very careful to maintain line of sight with the hoplites.
As they should.
And the hoplites all sort of move. The hoplites, as soon as they have an opening, they all immediately take point, and after a few seconds, they go, clear, 。
I look back at Laveau. That does deserve an explanation.
As I said, there are many who would use this horrific disaster to further their own ends. And if that means throwing you Federation types under the bus, then so be it.
Speak to one of their delegations. Laveau, I would like you to also be a part of that.
I will.
You know about the ocean. You know about those who came before.
I will offer what assistance I can.
Thank you. Would you accompany me back to my ship?
I believe I can do that.
Have you ever been transported before?
I'm afraid not.
First time for everything.
Ganymede.
Yes, Captain.
6 to transport.
Acknowledged.
Meanwhile, there's one last scene to run. Commander Dahl.
Yes.
You continue to tread the waters of the ocean. But somehow, no matter how hard you seem to paddle, it doesn't feel as though you're going anywhere.
Does my comm badge work? Does my tricorder work?
You tap your comm badge, nothing happens.
You said there were voices earlier. Can I hear them at all?
Give me Insight Command difficulty of 3.
Focus, yes, no?
You have telepath, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a no.
Well, can I sense whatever is behind this big old purple shield?
Feel free to give me a reason science difficulty of 4.
Oof. Can I buy at least a die with momentum?
There's 3 momentum.
There's 3 momentum on the board.
I would like to use all of them if possible.
Use all of them. What was the difficulty?
4. Would a trait apply here? Precise under pressure?
Hang on. Do you not have... Oh. Huh.
I don't think she has cautious science.
No.
Just a sec. I'll say... I'll say this succeeds at cost.
Okay.
This can succeed at cost.
Okay.
As what you are about to discover is honestly complication worthy in itself. It feels to you as though what you are seeing before you isn't quite a storm. It's a manifestation that feels like a storm. It's more, the way it's moving and shifting, it's more like It's more like a chemical reaction, but it's unstable.
Well, that's no good.
It's
And
the best description that I was given about this is it's sort of like how a child builds a fire after seeing an adult do it, but doesn't know how to make a steady, long, clear burn, and instead throws whatever the heck they have lying around in.
that insinuates that this was created by somebody with a conscious purpose, even if it was just heaping everything upon everything. That means something designed it, and it wasn't just a natural phenomenon. Interesting. Well, honestly, Doll's at kind of a loss what to do. Obviously, touching purple things is highly dangerous. She does not know where she is or why she is. But there is one thing that might work. Her mind still appears to be functioning enough to cast out, so she will probably try to reach out to one of her crewmates, either the captain or Grak. They're the two that she spends the most downtime with, so.
You tried to reach out, and this is where the complication comes in. As you try to reach out, all you hear is, "It burns. They lied. Make it stop. It burns. It burns. The pain, the despair. He lies."
Can I reach out towards that voice? Shared pain is lessened pain.
As you take 3 stress, as you feel a dangerous presence reaching out to you from within the Maelstrom. And as you look into the Maelstrom, something looks back at you. But that is where we are going to have to end tonight's episode. We will pick this up next. We will pick this up next week in Maelstrom of the Mind, Part 2.
Okay, H.P. Lovecraft.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us on Star Trek Ganymede, Season 1, Episode 15, Maelstrom of the Mind. I am your engineer, Commander Korn, and will our Commander Doll be able to survive the Maelstrom? You'll have to find out next week. Until then, if there's any other announcements,
Yeah.
hailing
That's it for now.
frequencies are closed. Thank you everyone for joining us, and we'll see you next time. And remember, be empowered to play.
Yeah. So